Do you have the mark of the beast on your forehead or on your right hand? What are the marks of the beast anyway? Before we can be sure if we have those marks, we need to truly understand the true meaning behind the words mark of the beast. Hello my dear brothers and sisters, welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismat. Let's look at the word beast in the dictionary. Beast is referred to some very large, dangerous animal. And when we look into Merriam-Webster dictionary, under number 1D, it says that an animal under human control. And when we look into number 3, it says that something formidably difficult to control or deal with. Now let's keep those two definitions in mind as we explore into the concept of the mark of the beast. Every creation that we create, the beginning of that process starts in our brain, in our mental space. And then through our actions, we bring that idea or that thought alive. So let's say if I want to build a house. First, I would imagine what that house would look like. So I have formed an image in my brain. And then to bring that image into life, I would take a piece of paper and draw the picture of the house that I have thought about. Now let me show you an image of our brain. Our brain has several lobes. This area is called the frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is responsible for our cognitive behavior and voluntary actions. This part of the frontal lobe area of the brain is called prefrontal cortex. This part of the brain is responsible for decision making, to differentiate between right and wrong, good and bad, conflicting thoughts, future consequences, an outcome that we might face if we were to take an action. So all this taking place in this part of the brain. This part of the frontal lobe of the brain is called primary motor cortex, which is responsible for our motor functions that determines the precise movements of the muscles that is required to carry out a function. Therefore, our thoughts are primarily taking place in the prefrontal cortex, and that thoughts to manifest into reality is being processed through the primary motor cortex. In short, our thoughts and actions are being generated in this part of the brain called the frontal lobe, which is located directly behind our forehead. It is also the largest lobe of the brain. Okay, now, so what this has to do with the mark of the beast? We have two consciousness within us. We have the light consciousness and we also have the dark consciousness. And the dark consciousness only has the power on earth. The dark consciousness is also known as Satan or Lucifer, the fallen angel. And God has given Satan that power only on earth for the purpose of our spiritual evolution. The spiritual evolution is all about we spiritual being coming to earth to become aware of our light nature by first going through the dark experiences, and then when we are done with the dark experiences and we return to light. And as we dive into the dark experiences, this is done through our thoughts, deeds, and actions. And once we are done and we want to return to our light, this process also has to be through our thoughts, deeds, and actions. Those thoughts, deeds, and actions has to arise from our light consciousness. So when we are experiencing the negative, that rises from our dark consciousness. In many of my videos, I have explained that we have both the light consciousness and dark consciousness woven in our soul. Whenever we think of something negative, we are submitting that power to Satan. You have the mark of the beast on your forehead and on your right hand. What it really means is that when we engage ourselves in any negative activities, any negative thoughts or actions, These are all being carried out in the frontal lobe of our brain. As we are continuing to thrive into the negative experiences, we are worshipping Satan, we are submitting our power to Satan. So now, why is it called a beast? Okay, first of all, we spiritual beings are energy. When we come to earth in a form of soul, and that soul wears a human body, this soul, since it is a part of us, part of the human body, anytime we create anything, that creates an energy. So if we were to create something from our light consciousness, then that creates a positive energy. And anytime we create something from our negative consciousness, that creates a negative energy. These dark energies, they cling with each other. Right now in the world, there are 7.8 billions of people, and the amount of negativities that are being projected by us is tremendous, and it's growing bigger and bigger. As we are projecting this amount of negativities toward each other, so much of negative energies that are being accumulated and being projected on earth. This is what the beast is referred to. This beast is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. As much it is a part of us, it also projects out into the environment, in our atmosphere. So this is what is the mark of the beast on forehead and on the right hand. So why is it right hand and not both hands? You see, right hand is our dominant hand. 90% people of the world is right-handed, and 10% is either left-handed or ambidextrous, meaning that both of their hands are dominant. I hope you found this video helpful. I love you all, and I will see you in my next video.